Good afternoon everyone. I am Saroj Kanta Das, lecturer in Civil Engineering, Bose, Cuttack. So this is the last and third lecture of this course Design of Masonry Structures. And today topic is the design of masonry wall footings. So you have already taught the wall footings, that is strip footings, in the last semester structural design 1. So in this case this is masonry wall footings. So what do we mean by masonry wall footing? That masonry spread footings are provided below the ground level to transfer all the loads of superstructure to the foundation soil. That means the load coming from the slab through the columns and the load bearing walls are transferred to the soil by means of these footings. So what is footing and what is foundation? So look at here. Here is just a sample figure. So from the ground level, this is the ground level and this is the lean concrete bed. So from the ground level to the lean concrete, this total part is known as foundation, and this series of steps which is visible to your television screen, this series of steps are known as footings. And what is the purpose of this footing? That the purpose is to spread the load coming from the wall, to the soil, so that there will be no crossing, right? So what are the design specifications for this masonry wall footings? The number one is the projection. The projection of the footing course shall be not more than half the depth of the course or 1/4 of the brick length. So see here, this is a course, this is a footing course, and the course suggests that the projection of any footing course shall be not more than half the depth of the course. So here the depth of the course, each course, the depth is 100 millimeter, and the projection should not be more than half of the course, means 50 millimeter or 1/4 of the brick length. So if the brick size is 20 into 10 into 10, 1/4 of the brick size will be 50 millimeter. So as per the codal provision, the projection of each footing course will be 50 millimeter in this case. So the angle of dispersion. So first we have to know what is angle of dispersion. Angle of dispersion is the angle by which the load is spreaded through the steps of the footings. Angle of dispersion is the angle by which the loads are spreaded through each steps of the footings, and it is kept in between 45 degree to 60 degree, so that the bearing capacity of the soil will not be exceeded. That means the bearing capacity of soil, whatever it is, we have to keep the angle of dispersion in between 45 degree to 60 degree, and there shall be no development of tensile stresses at the foundation level. So if there will be development of tensile stress at the foundation level, there are possibilities of cracks. So to avoid the cracks in the concrete, lean concrete base and in these footings, we have to reduce the development of tensile stresses at the foundation level. The base course of lean concrete, is this, which is visible to your television screen. This is the base course of the lean concrete. It is in the ratio 1:3:6 or 1:4:8. As we know, it is in the ratio 1:n:2n, and in this particular course we have to keep it 1:3:6 or 1:4:8, which shall be provided below masonry footing. So these are the footings, series of footings, and below the last step we have to provide a lean concrete base of 1:3:6 or 1:4:8. The footing shall be designed such that the upward reaction from the soil should not cause cracking or crossing of concrete bed. So we have to design this footing in such a manner that there should not be any upward reaction which will cause cracking or crossing of the concrete bed. Also, we have to design in such a manner that the angle of dispersion which will not exceed 60 degree or 45 degree. That means the angle of dispersion should be within 45 degree to 60 degree. So these are the design specifications or codal provisions we need for design of masonry wall footings. So see here, this is table 8 of your IS 1905-1987. So this table gives the values of basic compressive stresses for masonry. So basic compressive stresses FB is calculated from this masonry class and this mortar type. So for a particular grade of masonry and for a particular grade of mortar, there are various compressive stresses. So look at here, let the crossing strength of the brick is 3.5 Newton per mm square and the grade of mortar is M1. So here FB is 0.35. So like this, there are a number of compressive stresses in this table which we will require to solve the numericals on these masonry wall footings. So I have already discussed the codal provision, and now we will solve a numerical on this masonry wall footing. So look at the problem. Design a masonry wall footing of a 2-story building for the following data. That means the building is a 2-story building, and what are the data? The thickness of the wall is 20 centimeter. So generally we provide walls of thickness 30 centimeter, but in this case the wall thickness has been given as 20 centimeter and the plinth wall thickness is 30 centimeter. So plinth wall is provided above the ground level, and from that plinth level the main wall is up to this bottom of the slab. So up to that bottom of the slab the wall thickness is 20 centimeter and the plinth wall thickness is 30 centimeter, and the depth of the plinth wall is 60 centimeter. That means the total depth of the plinth wall from the top of the footing, it is 60 centimeter, and the bearing capacity of the soil is 100 kilonewton per meter square. So this bearing capacity of the soil is the safe bearing capacity. The total axial wall load at plinth level is 65 kilonewton per meter. So the load is coming from the slab, then it is coming to the load bearing wall, then it is coming to the foundation. So at the plinth level, so look at here, this is the plinth level. So the load coming, and at the plinth level the load is 65 kilonewton per meter. So height of plinth above ground level is 45 centimeter. So this is the ground level and this is the plinth level. So this is the total height of the plinth wall. So as per the problem statement, the plinth wall thickness is 30 centimeter, that is 300 millimeter. The depth of the plinth wall is 60 centimeter, that is 600 millimeter. So this total height of the plinth wall is 600 millimeter and the width of the plinth wall is 300 millimeter. So the height of the plinth wall above ground level, it is 45 centimeter. The total height is 60 centimeter and height above ground level is 45 centimeter. That means this portion is 450 millimeter. You can see here this portion is 450 millimeter. The total portion is 600 millimeter. So this portion will be 150 millimeter. And assume any other suitable data. So whatever data we need for the calculation of this problem, we can assume. So in the solution, what is the steps? So in the first step, we have to calculate the width of the footing. So this is a wall footing. That means whatever the length of the wall, in that length we have to provide footings. So we will design for 1 meter length, and whatever the length of the wall, that design will be repeated. So first we have to calculate the width of the footing. The load of the superstructure at the plinth level from the problem statement, it is 65 kilonewton per meter. That means load at this level is 65 kilonewton per meter, and the unit weight of brickwork may be taken as 19.2 kilonewton per meter cube. So in some standard books, this unit weight of brickwork is 1900 kg per meter cube or 19 kilonewton per meter cube. In some other books it is 19.2 kilonewton per meter cube. So you can take 19 kilonewton per meter cube or you can take 19.2 kilonewton per meter cube. Choice is up to you. Now weight of the plinth wall. So how to calculate this weight of the plinth wall? So look at here. This is the thickness of the plinth wall, 300 millimeter. So in meter it is 0.3 meter. This is the height of the plinth wall. So the height of the plinth wall, look at here, 450 plus 150. The total is 600. So 600 millimeter in meter it is 0.6. And this 19.2. So this is brickwork. So this is brickwork. And we know the unit weight of the brickwork is 19.2 kilonewton per meter cube. So in this portion, the unit weight of brickwork is taken as 19.2 kilonewton per meter cube. So 0.3 into 0.6 into 19.2, it is coming around 3.46 kilonewton per meter. So the load of the superstructure, that means the superimposed load, it is 65 kilonewton per meter, and the brickwork, that means the plinth at the plinth level. So the plinth wall, weight of the plinth wall is 3.46 kilonewton per meter. So it is totally coming 68.46 kilonewton per meter. So we take the self weight of the footing. As in case of RCC, we used to take 10%. So in this particular course also, we are taking the self weight of footing as 10%. So this 10% will be of the total load. So the total load is superimposed load, that means load of the superstructure, and the unit weight of brickwork of the plinth wall. So the load of the superstructure plus the weight of the plinth wall, total it is 68.46 kilonewton per meter. So self weight of footing will be 10% of this 68.46 kilonewton per meter. So 10% of 68.46 will be 6.84 kilonewton per meter. So this will be added with this 68.46 kilonewton per meter. So 68.46 kilonewton per meter plus 6.84 kilonewton per meter. So it is coming 75.3 kilonewton per meter. So taking this load 75.3 kilonewton per meter, we have to design this masonry wall footing. So how to calculate this width of footing required? So width of footing required is the total load divided by the shape bearing capacity of the soil. So the total load is 75.3 kilonewton per meter, and this SBC is 100 kilonewton per meter square. So this is 75.3 kilonewton per meter, which is load, and this is the SBC 100 kilonewton per meter square, and the width of footing required is 0.753 meter. So in millimeter it will be 753 millimeter, and we will round off. So rounding off this value, it is coming 800 millimeter. So let us provide a footing width of 800 millimeter. That means, so see here, these are the series of steps of the footing, and this is the last level of the footing, not this. So at this last level of footing, we have to provide the width at 800 millimeter, and you know these are the series of steps and these are the projections. So as per the codal provision, these projections are 50 millimeter, and at the lean concrete level, the width of the footing is 800 millimeter. So now we need to find out the depth of the footing. So look at this figure. This is the depth of the footing H. So this is the depth of the footing H from the first level to the last level. This is the depth of the footing. This total depth from the ground level to the lean concrete level, it is the depth of the foundation, and this H is the depth of the footing. And as per the codal provision, this angle of dispersion we have to keep in between 45 degree to 60 degree. So how to calculate this depth of footing? The depth of footing shall be such that the angle of dispersion of the load may be between 45 degree to 60 degree. So look at this figure. This point is A, this point is B, this point is C, and this point is D. This one is A, this one is B, this one is C, and this one is D. So angle ABD, so angle ABD will be 45 degree, because we are taking the line. This is the outer line of the wall, this is the another outer line of the wall. So if we will draw this angle 45 degree, it will touch here. If we will draw this angle 45 degree, this angle will be here. This will be like this if we will draw from this side, and I have drawn from this side. So look at here, for the angle ABD to be 45 degree, tan 45 degree equals to H by 550. So tan 45 degree, so ABD and the tan 45 degree, look at here, tan 45 degree will be, so tan theta equals to P by B. So this is the P, H. So tan 45 degree equals to H by this portion is B. So how to calculate this portion? Look at here, this is 300 millimeter. So this portion is 300 millimeter, and the total width is from this to this, it is 800 millimeter. So deducting this part 300 from 800, this will be 250, and this part will be 250, as it is symmetric. And the wall footings are in most of the cases concentric, not eccentric. That means the load coming, that is the superimposed load, the CG of the superimposed load coincide with the CG of the base area. So in this case, this is the center line of the footing. So this portion, that means this line is parallel to this line, as this is 300, this will be 300. So this is 300 and the total is 800. So deducting 300 from 800, the total this plus this is coming 500, and this one will be 250, this one will be 250. So 250 plus this 300 will be total 550. So look at here, this point to this point is 550. So tan 45 degree is H by 550. As you know, tan 45 degree equals to 1. So 1 equals to H by 550. So H will be 550. H will be 550. So in the triangle ACD, so here tan 60 will be H by, so total is 800. So this portion is 550. So this portion will be 250, which is visible to your television screen. This is 550 and this is 250. So this is H, or the depth of the footing, and we need to find out this H. So H here in this triangle ACD, H will be tan 60 degree. Tan 60 degree will be H by 250. So this H by 250 is coming, tan 60 degree is H by 250. So this H will be 433 millimeter. So once in the first case it came 550 millimeter, in the second case it is 433 millimeter. That means we have to keep the depth of the footing in between this 433 millimeter and 550 millimeter. So let us provide the depth of the masonry footing as 500 millimeter, which is in between 433 millimeter and 550 millimeter. So now the total 500 millimeter is the depth of the footing. This is 300 millimeter, and we need projection of 50 millimeter in the both side. So this one is 50, this one is 50. So 300 plus 50 is total 400. Another projection 50 here, 50 here. So 400 plus 100, 500, 500 plus 100, 600, 600 plus 100, 700, 700 plus 100, 800. So there are 5 steps of footings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each course is 100 millimeter. So you can see here, let us provide the depth of the masonry footing 500 millimeter, consisting courses of 400 to 800 millimeter, each of 100 millimeter depth, and the projection here it is coming 50 millimeter. That is, depth of the course is 100 and half of the depth is 50. Also provide lean concrete of width B plus 150. So B is 800. So B plus 150 will be 950 millimeter, and the depth of the lean concrete should be kept 150 millimeter. So this lean concrete level is 150 millimeter thick and 950 millimeter width. So this is the selection of brick and mortar based on the maximum stress. So the maximum stress, maximum compressive stress we have to keep. So 65 into 1000 divided by 300 into 1000. This is 65 into 1000 in Newton per meter. 300, this is the width per meter, it will be 1000. It is coming 0.216. So from the table 8, there are several codal provisions are there in that table 8. So look at here, the minimum is 0.25. So we can take M3, L1 or L2 to calculate this FB. So here it has been taken 0.25. So 0.25 is the compressive stress. That means the compressive strength. So it is FB is greater than F max. That means the maximum stress coming is less than the brick strength. So our design is satisfied. Thank you.
झीटीए तो माटी आम सामाजिक और पारिवारिक जीवनर मूल कथाटी से माने आगकू गले आगकू जीव संसार आम झील मैंने आ पुओंकठू पछरे नाहांती एबे तो बदली गलानी समय बदली गलानी जुग से झील माननकू आहुरी आगकू नहीं आत्मनिर्भरशील और स्वावलंबी करने ओडिशा सरकार सुदक्षा योजन सरकारी आईटीआई माध्यम संपूर्ण मागणार जोगई देउछंती सबु प्रकार उत्कृष्ट मानर वैषयिक ज्ञान कौशलर तालीम। एबे आम झील रहिबे सबुठू आगरे सबुठू उपरे।
मु सफल मु कुशली मु सुदक्षा।